back to the channel. I'm just Mopar Joe. So hopefully you saw my last video on this when I threw the headers and exhaust on. Today's going to be the actual first startup of this engine since it's been rebuilt. It does have a roller cam, so it doesn't have to be broken in. I am going to run it for a little while at different RPMs just to kind of get it settled and all that. Be sure there's no leaks. I've got this plug out of the valve cover so I can watch the rocker arms oil, and I got the one out of here so I can watch those rocker arms oil. Other than that, I've got everything hooked up. Belts are back on, hoses hooked up. I just poured it full of water until we know there's no leaks. Power steering's hooked back up. Headers are on. I ran new fuel lines. You can probably see them here. So if you want to do this yourself at home, these two here are actually, they kind of had a big crimp onto some lines there in the back. So I've got my timing light hooked up. The truck says timing before top dead center, manual or automatic is 10 degrees. So I can check for the mark here in a second. I've turned the motor over several times, checking for fire and other stuff. But yeah, as far as I know, I ran my hands back here. Fuel lines are nice and dry. Dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up. The paint will burn off the headers pretty quick, I think, after it's running. So after I've got it to where it'll start and run pretty well, I'm gonna go ahead and open the shop doors so we don't get fumigated in here. So I guess let's see what it'll do. Sounds a little bit slow. She runs. The headers are starting to bake off real nicely. You can hopefully see how wet they look. Rockers are getting oil, that's nice. This thermostat housing is leaking a little bit there. I'll tighten that clamp up some more. Might be the gasket itself too. I'll have to check on that. But she starts and runs. I got the timing about right. I'm gonna get it locked down in just a second. Pretty easy startup, these roller cams. But I'll get that locked in, come back and see you in a second. So some of y'all who have been watching this for a while, watching the channel, know what I'm doing right here. I am checking the oil in this rear end. It's got a nice rubber plug because it's a Mopar. I happened to test drive a truck before. I didn't have any oil in the rear end. There it is. Nicely full up to the edge. But when I test drove that other truck, that rear end did not last very long. So I want to be sure with this one that it's full. So it's full and good to go. Let's back it out. All right. All fluids topped off. Let's go take a test drive. Pressure's fine. Temperature's good. Sure is loud. front end. I did check the lug nuts. Shaking the front end. Oh, get out and look at the tire. Maybe that sucker's about to go. Well, yeah, she's got a little death wobble going, but why? Got a little split in it. Let's take her back. Kick down one time. Woo. Oh yeah, look at that wobble. Shit. No thank you. No thank you. We're gonna ease on back home and go take his front end to get aligned. Well, that wasn't the most eventful test drive, but no issues anywhere, no leaks. Truck did great. Plenty of power. I'm real surprised. It'll light that right rear up, just like it is, even with these true duals, not into a Y pipe. So, I appreciate y'all watching and keeping up with old Juan Carlos here. You're liable to see him again in the future, but until then, I'm just Mopar Joe. Thank y'all for watching.